In 1987, Congress passed the National Women's History Month resolution, officially designating March as Women's History Month nationwide in honor of the great women who helped shape our country. Today, we at the County Council continue this tradition with this year's presentation of our own Women's History Month proclamation. I want to acknowledge here today we do have Ms. Shebra Evans, who is the president of the Board of Education, a very strong woman in leadership here in our county, so an applause for her and her leadership. And we are extremely fortunate here in Montgomery County because we have a very strong commission for women. We have groups like Montgomery Women who are constantly looking at ways to enhance and to improve the lives of women. We have so many different groups also around throughout the school system that promote leadership in young women. And today I wanted to highlight what I consider is the current and next generation of women leaders here in the county, because each of them in their own way are really trailing and paving the way for enhancements, for improvements, for really taking to the next level what it means to address women's issues. And let me just say that women leadership does matter. I believe that the collaborative, collective, problem-solving, results-oriented, selfless leadership of women really is what's lacking right now, not just, I would say, in our nation, but really throughout the world. It is really imperative that women are given the opportunity to step up in whatever sector, whether it's in elected office or leading corporations or nonprofit organizations, whatever it is. I think that, in my humble opinion, we are lacking and we are missing that type of leadership. And so we need to do everything possible to promote that. And I was glad to hear that, so far, all of the council members for a day actually are young women. As you can notice, we do seem to be missing a few women on the county council, so I am glad to see that we have a pipeline getting ready to take over these positions. Yes, absolutely. You bet. It seems like young men usually do step up naturally, so we need to keep nurturing and we need to keep pushing forward our young women. So let me just highlight some of the great aspects of the group of women that we have today. We have with us the Honorable Marisa Morales, who is a former delegate for District 19. She served from 2015 to 2019. She's taking a little break right now because then she's getting ready for the next level of leadership in the county. She is recognized by the Maryland National Organization for Women for her leadership on women's and immigrant issues. She was the lead sponsor of the Maryland Trust Act. She also sponsored the bill to establish a state work group to study safe harbor policy for youth victims of human trafficking. Throughout her tenure in Annapolis, Delegate Morales fought for the rights of victims of sexual assault on college campuses. Additionally, Marisa is the youngest Latina to serve at the state level in the country, and 5 years ago, she created the Women's Rally, an annual event promoting women's issues in Annapolis. So you can just see that she has been a really busy leader here in the state and will only continue to work on many of those issues. Empower Her provides leadership development opportunities for young women in NCPS, as well as valuable networks for the next generation of female leaders. Today we have the board of directors with us, and also there's a staff person sponsor, which is Ms. Shella B. Cherry. We have Crittenden Services of Greater Washington. They empower teen girls in the Greater Washington area from lower income families to make positive decisions about their future, create healthy lifestyle habits, and prepare themselves for a successful career. Additionally, the organization works to promote reproductive health and valuable education about contraceptives among young women. I do like to recognize Ms. Debbie Guerrero from Crittenden Pearls alum from Montgomery Blair High School, who is here with us as well. Last but not least, we wanted to honor Ms. Ananya Dadikonda, who is the student member of the Board of Education. And let me just say that as someone who served on the Board of Education, I am always blown away by the quality of the student members of the Board of Education. And it's hard because when I say that I have a favorite, then the next one comes and then they do some other amazing thing and it's like, okay, no, now this is my favorite, but it really is a family of amazing leaders. And I have to say that Ananya is one of them. She is so focused on her priorities and how to bring along the student leadership and has made an extraordinary contribution to the board. And although she unfortunately could not join us today, I do want to recognize her mom. She is the person, and this is what Ananya wanted me to say, that accepting on her behalf is the strong woman who shaped who Ms. Tadikonda is today, and that is her mother, Sredi Kalyan. And so thank you so much for being here and for letting us share in the leadership and amazing potential of this young woman. Thank you so much. Okay, so we do have I have a proclamation, and then I'll invite each of these amazing women, whoever wants to come up and say a few words representing the organizations. I will read the proclamation, and we do have personalized ones for everybody. And the proclamation says, whereas the National Women's History Month resolution was passed in 1987 by the United States Senate and House of Representatives and has been reaffirmed every year since then. And whereas during Women's History Month, we celebrate the courage, foresight, and creativity of women of every race, class, and ethnic background who have contributed to our country. And whereas this year's Women's History Month theme is Visionary Women, Champions of Peace and Nonviolence, focuses on those who continue to advocate and succeed in effecting positive changes to the lives of diverse American women. And whereas Montgomery County women, including Rachel Carson, mother of the modern environmental movement, Clara Barton, founder of the American Red Cross, and Emily Edmondson, freed slave and abolitionist, feature prominently in our local and national history. And whereas we honor the many women who have shaped not only the destinies of other women, but also the direction of our history, and we resolve to build on their efforts. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, celebrates and honors the leadership and trajectory of everybody that I just mentioned, and then we'll get all the proclamations. And be it further resolved that the Montgomery County Council recognizes and celebrates the achievements of all women through Women's History Month, presented on this 5th day of March in the year 2019, signed by myself, Council President. Round of applause for all these amazing leaders. Okay. Would anybody like to make some remarks?
Thank you, Madam President, and I'm going to just bring it down because I am vertically challenged. Thank you so much, Madam President, for your mentorship and your guidance and the path that you've paved. I also want to salute all the women who are in the room, and to the men in the room, you are our allies. I want to salute your mothers and your sisters, and I just want to thank you for this wonderful honor. Thank you very much.
Anybody else?
On the behalf of MoCo Empower, I'd like to thank Council President Navarro and our County Council for their support of MCPS student leadership programs and for acknowledging and recognizing the work of MoCo Empower. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for being here. And from Crintonton, anybody wants to say a few words?
Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Oh. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. Thank you to the entire County Council. Thank you to all of the women here, to our foremothers, grandmothers, etc., and to the men who are our partners in the work that we do. We at Crittenton Services of Greater Washington are proud to serve 200 girls here at Montgomery County, 6th through 12th grade, with positive leadership development, social emotional learning, self-advocacy, and advocacy skills. We thank you for this honor.
Thank you. And I just want to add that I can personally vouch for the extraordinary work of each of these women right behind me in these organizations. So please let's support them as they continue to provide amazing opportunities for young women. So now we're going to pass the resolutions, all the proclamations, etc. to everybody, and we'll take a photo. I want to invite Jody Finkelstein from Commission for Women, Patricia Metley, and Chloe Apple as well to join us. And if my colleagues can stand up so that we can have 2 rows, that would be really cool.